Hello again, Frank from the Old Town Coleman Center. I've been working on this Coleman 443 aluminum stove for a number of days now. It was really greasy, and grease isn't easy to get off aluminum. But I took it all apart and I cleaned it up and I fluffed it up and I rebuilt the tank, rebuilt the original generator, put it all back together, brought it over here, fired it up. Um, as you can tell, it burns great. I let it sit here and burn for an hour, which is my standard test to make sure everything's nice and tight. And I came back over, I shut it off, and I went over to my other workbench and did a few things and come back 4 or 5 minutes later and it was still burning. Like, doggone, what a perfect opportunity to make a video on how Coleman stoves shut down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut the lights off. I'm going to put my GoPro here on the stove so we can watch this flame. You can see it's burning great. And then I'm going to put a timer and we're going to see how long it takes to shut down. Okay, we'll see you in about 41 seconds. So there's a pretty big difference between my stove won't shut off or my stove takes 4.5 minutes to shut off. So if you think about a lantern, when you turn the valve off, you watch the mantles die and it takes a few minutes. It gives you enough time to shut the lantern down, hop back in your sleeping bag before the lights go out. What about a Coleman stove? Are they any different? Usually when you have a stove or a lantern that won't shut down, um, I will tell people to look at the Schrader valve if they have it. If not, the valve stem, the end of it, gets a little groove cut in it, and sometimes that won't allow you to shut it off. Fuel will pass beyond that little slice and get into your fuel system, and it will continue to burn. But I didn't say this stove wouldn't shut off. I just noted that it took a really long time for it to shut down. So again, is that normal? Well, this is the time that I would normally say RTFM. If you don't know what RTFM stands for, just Google it. They'll tell you. So if I was to pick up a manual for a stove, I don't have the manual for this 443, but I do have one for a 42060, and it's about the same thing. If I was to read this manual, I would open it up, and under the portion that says to shut off main burner, it says that the flame may burn a minute or more until gas in the generator is gone. A minute or more. You will find other manuals say a minute or a few, or a minute or two. Basically, what they're trying to tell you is that there is fuel in the generator, and it takes a couple minutes for it to clear off. So this one took almost 4 minutes. Does that mean it's bad? If we go back to the manual and we RTFM, there's another portion in there that says something. And this is what a lot of people don't know. On master burner, turn instant lighting lever to the up to light position and let it burn for 1 minute. This cleans heavier parts of fuel from the generator. What does that mean? So when your lighting lever is up, the bottom of the fuel and air tube is restricted, and it gives you all of the fuel vapor that's at the top of the fountain. That's what it burns. When you turn it down to burn, it gives you pure raw gasoline, and that's what fills up your generator. So what it's saying to do is when you're ready to light or shut the stove down, you put the lighting lever back up and let it burn for a minute. And let's try it. Let's see what happens. Let me fire it back up and we'll give it a shot. All right, she's burning hot again. All right, let me turn my GoPro on here. So when I turn the lighting lever up, it's going to restrict the liquid fuel from entering the fuel and air tube, and more of the vapor from the top of the tank is going to come into it. And we should be able to notice this. The intensity of the flame should go down in about 20 seconds from now. See, it's just gone away just a little bit. And that's just a leaner mixture coming in. So let me set this back over here. Okay. Let's shut it off and see what happens. Under 1 minute. Makes a big difference. So we got her under 2 minutes, and that's certainly within Coleman specification. So, yep, this stove's burning well, and I passed, and I'm going to put it in a box, and it's going to be ready to ship here soon. But wait, there's more. What if we were lighting our stove, and we noticed that we had a little yellow flame? Turn the GoPro back on. That little yellow flame. I get more emails on this. Why does my stove have a little yellow flame coming out of the manifold? Well, it's real easy. What you got is a loose gas tip or gas tip protector. And that's that brass end on the brass piece on the end of your stove generator tip. So this is the piece that needs to be tightened up right here. If your stove generator does not have a hex fitting on this end, make sure that you grab this tube with a pair of vice grips or put it in your bench vise to hold it really secure, because if you start tightening this end down and the tube twists, you're going to twist it into your valve body and you could ruin it. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the tube itself stays in place, just like that. And then sorry, I'm having problems with the angle of the camera here. But all I'm going to do is make sure the tube stays in place, and I'm going to give it a turn. I actually had a gentleman argue with me via email on this. He says, no, I've got it tight. I'm certain it's tight. And I said, sir, I'm really sorry to tell you, but if you don't tighten that gas tip, you're not going to get rid of that little yellow flame. And a couple of days later, he emailed back, said, yeah, you're right. So let's see what happens. There we go. Back to burning nice and hot and without a little yellow flame. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. You can find me at www.oldtowncoleman.com, Facebook, and on YouTube. And until next time, keep them burning.